Hey, it's Mike Aguilera here from Food Dog Group, and so many of you have reached out and you're like, "Hey, I'd like to know what is it like to work with Food Dog Group and Mike A." I say Mike A because most people can't even pronounce Aguilera, my last name. So you could call me Mike A too if you're watching this video. So I thought while you're sitting there, I would just show you how I work with people. Now, I believe in order for anybody to help any company scale, you have to have an audit. You got to do some kind of deep dive audit. So what I'd like to do is for any of you that are watching this video, I thought, "Hey, you know what? Let me show you my exact process I go through with business owners and the audit that I do." Now, what is this going to do for you? Well, this is going to be really neat. It's going to do two things. One, you're going to learn a bunch through the audit and you're going to say, "Crap, I'm not doing that." Maybe you'll just go do it yourself. And I'm cool with that. Like, hey, if you could take what I'm showing you right now, go do it, make more money, I'll love you for it. Some of you are going to go, "Man, that's pretty intense. I bet you could help me go there faster." And maybe you're 35, 45 years old, 55 years old or older, and you're like, "Man, the clock is ticking. I want financial peace. I don't want to keep grinding out like I am." And you might look at after this audit and say to yourself, "You know what, Mike? If you could help me go faster, we'll do that." So I'll highlight some things on here as we go. Of course, I'm going to want to find out a little bit about your company and if you have any partners. Now, everybody has a partner, because not everybody, but I bet you have a significant other that's a partner. Your employees sometimes are partners, sometimes your vendors, they're partners and stuff. So I want to understand that. Also, I work with a lot of people that have multiple businesses. And sometimes their businesses are just different lines of business. So I might have somebody that's a plumbing business, but maybe they do so much indoor air quality, or maybe they do septic systems, and they look at that as a separate business entity. Now, while you're looking and you're watching me go through, this is called the Business Scaling Roadmap. This is our audit, our diagnostic tool that we use to diagnose where you're at in business and stuff. Now, remember, I'm not a best practice organization. I'm a catalyst for business owners. We work with in over 120 different industries. So we work with the top AI companies, IT, cybersecurity companies, people that sell mattresses, coaching companies, some of the top marketing agencies out there, construction companies, martial arts companies. So this audit you're looking at applies to almost every single business. Now, when I dig in, I really do need a complete story from you when you work with me. I need to know the years in business. I need to know the up years, the down years, why you went in business. I need to know the employees you have in the team. And not only do I need to know the employees, I want to know the temperament of the people, the emotional state. I want to know the subconscious minds of all your employees. I want to know the deepest parts of their thinking. Because a lot of people are like, "Oh, you have 15 employees." Well, I don't know. What's the mass consciousness of the thinking of the people? That's one of our secret sauces and one of my personal secret sauces. Because I'm really, look, if you summarize it, you probably think I'm a marketing, sales, operations, scaling expert. I'm really a human behavior expert first. And then I'm very skilled at marketing, sales, operations, systems, and growing companies. Now, we will look at revenue and we'll look at profit, but we're going to look at not just revenue, revenue per vertical. Now, I'll use some service company stuff because I think everybody can understand it, but you could apply this to any company. Like, I want to know the revenue from every vertical. Now, I have core verticals and sub verticals. Plumbing might be a core vertical, water filtration might be a sub vertical. I also want to know the profit per vertical because a lot of business owners are putting a lot of attention to an area that is very low profit. Now, when we look at this, I am a big fan, and I'm going to ask you about, and let me see, out of the 7 companies that just have come aboard with Food Dog Group, none of them had a dominating subscription model or membership model. And that's really one of the things we want to put in place right away. So you have what we call MRR, right? Monthly recurring revenue while you sleep. But a lot of people, it's so confusing. They're like, "Oh, you got to do this type of program and 15% off this. And if you have this in a house or this in your business," they overcomplicate the hell out of things. In my world, just like this audit, I'm going to make it really simple to understand, very practical, easy, implementable strategies, right? Now, I do need to know when I use the term booking rate, conversion rate, average ticket, I'm not talking about a plumbing, electrical, HVAC company. Everything is a booking rate to me, right? Everything is the ability that someone says, I see you. Do I purchase from you? And then based on I see you purchase from you, it creates a conversion. And I need to know that. And then the average ticket. Now I was with a company, their booking rate is 85%. You're like, shit, yeah, boom. I'm like, pretty damn good. Conversion rate, 85%. I'm like, yeah, okay. Average ticket, $600 is their average transaction. Now remember, Walmart might make transactions on $5. But at the high conversion and high booking rate, I'm like, man, I'm going to make three simple adjustments in your system. Your average invoice is going to go up. Even if your booking and conversion goes down by 1%, you're going to start raining cash. Now, I also, when I'm working with somebody, I understand and I look at the verticals you do well, and the verticals of opportunity you don't do well. Like I was talking to an electrical contractor the other day, like he does well at repairs, he doesn't do generators. And he's in an area that I know there's tracked power failures. So but he's not looking at it as a division and as a department. So when I'm doing my audit, not only do I want to identify the weakest parts in the company, I want to identify how fast can I throw something in there to get you 100,000 or an extra million, right? And when I see companies, look, I have a policy. I work really hard to say no to anybody. I know a lot of people out there, if you're under $1 million, you get the big FU from a lot of people because they're like, I don't want to work with you. You can't afford me. Me, we have programs. I finance it out. I self finance the thing because I want to not say no to any hardworking, family grounded business owner. Once we identify the verticals, we're going to jump right in. And me, I want to know what you think are the three biggest roadblocks. And chances are what you think it is not what it is. Now, after me coaching over 1,000 business owners and having well over 20,000 people come through my trainings, most of the time, what they see as the roadblock, like one person says, oh, the roadblock, it's leads or it's recruiting. I'm like, okay, your lead and recruiting problem is being camouflaged into a leadership issue. It's being camouflaged into a fatigue and burnout issue. So I try to get the what you see as the biggest blocks, but then I'll tell you based on my experience the blocks I see. Now I don't try to shove. I know a lot of people out there they try to shame you into action or they're like, you must do this like this. I'm like, yeah, that's a $20 million company strategy. Like you should not put that in a $5 million company. You're going to waste time, you're going to lose momentum, and you're going to be cash choked so fast. And a majority of the people that I talk to these days, I'm like, how's your cash flow? They're like, choked. I'm cash choked. My language for them. And I'm like, I know why. One guy's like, yeah, I'm cash choked because I'm spending money on SEO. I said, okay, what's the return on investment? He goes, I'm getting nothing. How long you been doing it? 6 months. 6 months, getting nothing, spending thousands of dollars. I know why you're cash choked. It's not because you're not trying, it's because you trusted people who probably couldn't deliver. And we'll talk about how we help people with that. Now, the other thing is I do want to know what have you tried to solve your roadblocks? Some people say, oh, I had a sales coach. I said, okay, you had a sales coach, but you had a lead generation problem. Of course, you tried to hire a sales coach. Your sales were down, but your marketing was broke. Remember, what you think is the problem and what I think is the problem is going to be two different things. Yeah, but people aren't buying. Well, are they not buying or you're attracting broke people? There's a big difference there. And I see that a lot of times with the sales trainers today. They turn around and they're like, yeah, I'll teach you how to convert and use this tricky language and buy this pen from me. And I'm like, okay, but you're attracting Walmart and flea market customers. You could have the greatest sales language and wicked tongue you want. You're not going to close people, right? And then I need to know, like, what have you invested in that's just not working now? I mean, I was on with one new member that just joined us today, and I was like, stop that, stop that, stop that, and immediately put cash in his pocket because stopping it had no consequence. Sometimes keeping doing something that's not working has a consequence because it's consuming your mind. Okay, so if you're watching this right now, you're probably thinking, okay, Mike's pretty intense and he's going to get the job done, which is true. I'm going to get the job done. But let me go through, when I go through the business audit section to identify how fast I can help you, I want to look at it in this scale, 1 to 10. 10 being you're the best in the world at it, 1, you suck at it. Today I was with somebody, they were like 1, 1, 1. I'm like, don't shame yourself, man. If you were all tens, we probably wouldn't even be talking. You'd be doing 20, $30 million, right? I also look at it as what are you losing by not having that strategy in place? And what would you gain in money by having it? Now, I can't talk about 1 to 10 and loss and gain on every one of these strategies, but what I'd like to do is read it out to you and you can say to yourself, how do you rate it? Now, the great thing is when you reach out to me and you want to do the audit with me because you're thinking that Food Dog Group is the solution, you'll already have rated ranked yourself. We'll move fast, get you in a program, build a plan. Because once I have this audit, just like the 7 people that just joined with us in our different levels, they end up doing a kickoff call right out of the gate with us. Okay. And when we do the kickoff call, we're identifying, strategizing, and you're leaving with a blueprint of things you could do for little to no money and no confusion. I tell you, do this now, don't do this. And it probably as you're listening, you're saying, you know what, Mike, that's super, super helpful. So let me run you through the business audit items that I go through when I'm doing these audits. And I figured since a lot of you were asking, Mike, how's it to work with you? Well, let me just show you what we go through. So the first one here is you have a clear plan to scale from now through 2030 with specific steps and who is responsible. So you just answer it. And I'm not going to say it on all of them, but answer it. 1 to 10, 10 you have it, 1 you don't. What are you losing by not having a plan? What would you gain by having a plan? Most people, by the time I get through 3 or 4 of these, you say to yourself, if I get those in place, I'm already going to be winning more. Now, next one. You love showing up to your business every day, and it's the perfect balance of work and fun. Okay, you tell me, rate and rank it. You have a culture of ownership in your company. Now you're following along with me, and I'm doing this so you could, by the end of this audit, when I finish this, and you're going to want to watch it through the whole way, you're already going to know how to fix your company. And if you take my audit of what I'm sharing with you, and you take the strategies here and implement it, and you win, I'm happy you win and never even give us $1 and invest in anything we do. I will be excited. I hope you let me know that you implement it because I'll be proud of you. So I hope you'll do that. All right. The next thing here is you are working on the business instead of the business. Yeah. Rate yourself 1 to 10. You can step away from the business and it will continue to run. Yeah, or even improve while you're gone. Some of you are like, yeah, but it's only 2 of us in the business. It's okay. Stop looking at where you're at and let's start looking on how you can do different where you're at. You have at least 100 or more documented SOPs in your company. What are SOPs? Standard operating procedures, right? Things that are helping run the company, processes. You know the phrase, processes equal profit. Those of you that are lower on your profit, I come in, implement a couple systems, profit goes through the roof. Now, another one of them in the business audit, you could do 1 to 10. You review profitability by service line, department, and product with at least 10 strategies to increase your profitability. Next one, you have reporting pushed to you in a unified dashboard for all key parts of the company. Okay, 10, you have it really well, pushed to you, dialed in. 1, you don't. Well, what are you losing by not having it? You probably don't know your exact numbers, right? What would you gain by having it? You probably start scaling your company. Now, the next one is you conduct a risk audit at least 3 times a year. Are you tracking with me on these? I hope as you're watching, because this is the process I go through. Now, of course, I'm not just asking the question. I'm identifying where are the holes, circling those and going, bam. By the time we're done with this audit, I quickly, efficiently can put things in your company, plug and play, pop it in. You don't have to spend months and weeks trying to read some effing manual. I'm not sending you a big book of crap, hoping that you could read it. I'm not giving you some ancient strategy from 30 years ago. I'm like, if I was in your shoes, do this now because I'm putting myself in your shoes, not my shoes, right? Okay. You have a strategic board of advisors who you meet with weekly to make sure you don't make mistakes. So if you're going to buy something, you know it makes sense to buy something, sell something. You're going to buy a building, sell a building, buy trucks, sell trucks, hire somebody. You have somebody do that. You also conduct a business SWOT, okay? Strength, weakness, opportunities, and threats, a minimum of 3 times a year. Okay, 1 to 10, loss or gain. Are you tracking with me? Some of you probably at this point, you should stay through this whole audit, but some of you are like, holy mackerel, I probably should just reach out. If you're in that position, you're just not doing it's like no 1 1 1 1 0 0 0. Just reach out to us. We'll tell you how we work with you guys. All right, next one. You have conducted a competitor analysis of the top competition in your area. I love PE firms. I love M&A firms. I love all these markets where I don't care if it's in roofing or garage doors. I don't care what it is. If you're in an area, people have been buying up companies. I love it. You know why? We're going to be their number one competitor. We'll be the thorn, and then you'll have a choice. They'll either buy you or they'll settle for how fast you grow around them. All right, you have conducted a brand audit for your business across at least 10 verticals. Most people don't even know their brand enough. They think, oh, it's a business card, it's a logo, it's my fancy wrap truck. No, listen, brand audit's way more than that. And you conduct an analysis of your software, vendors, tools at least 3 times a year. Most people keep using the same tools and then they turn around one day and okay, the tool's not working the way that it should be working. All right, I got 2 more, and that's going to finish the business section of the audit. Okay, so as you're watching this, how you doing? Are you doing great, or are you like, F you, Mike, I'm a little annoyed? All right, the last 2. You have a source of over 600 strategies for marketing, sales, operation, and services that you can deploy immediately. You go in, you're like, marketing, operations, I got to fix this. Bam, you grab it, put it right in place. And the last one, you have a strategic exit strategy. Now, I am not the guy running around and telling all of you, you have to, the only way to win is sell a company. I got strategies. You could own the company and take 5, 10, 15 million from the company if you love it and make it to put it all in your bank, keep running the company, keep growing it. I got strategies on how to hand it down to family if you want to make it generational and make a lot of money. Of course, I have strategies if you want to sell it. And I'll tell you how to position now when you're ready to sell 2 years, 3 years, 5 years from now. Why? Because I've been through so many exits. I mean, I did 2 of my own high 8-figure exits, and I did that in between a 4-year period. And I've helped over 150 more, and we got a lot more coming up. All right, so now what I would be doing with all of you here is I would have you add up, give me the average, tell me the loss, and tell me the gain. How much are you losing? So as you're watching this, mentally inside your mind, say, how much am I losing by not having this in place? I bet a fair amount. How much would you gain? All right, we got to go to the next audit. All right, so you might want to pause, grab yourself a sip of water, take a little sip of water, and let's look. When I'm working with a brand new person who's thinking about joining our program, this is what I do on a marketing audit. Once I ask these questions, I could tweak their marketing so fast, so quick, and so efficiently. Why? Because I got, what am I in business? Well over 4 decades. I got a long track record of helping people. When you coach over 1,000 business owners, like the trends, the patterns, the behaviors, and habits. It's not that I'm magical. I just have a lot of wisdom from a lot of experience. So let's go through the marketing audit. Remember, all of these 10 I'm the best at, 1 I'm horrible. What am I losing by not having it in place? What would I gain by having it in place? I'm going to go quickly. All right, first one. You have clearly identified your marketing avatar. Most, they're doing it crappy. You know how much it costs to bring in a new customer. If you did, well, then you would double down and you'd spend a lot of money and bring in as many customers as you need. Your company is positioned as the authoritative expert. I'm on Facebook. Very few companies are done like that. I give you the exact strategy to become the preeminent in your marketing. You have a brand that helps stand out in the market in a different way. Today, people's brands, it doesn't matter if it's a retail store, a service company, man, it's a little better than better. There's nothing different. Also, you have a strong brand across all major social media channels: Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok, YouTube. Again, business owners are not doing good at this. And if you don't figure it out, your company's going to fall. You're like, but I don't know how to do it. And I'm not a social media expert. It doesn't matter. I tell you exactly what to do. Click the button, put this like this, write your copy like this, make your picture like this. I mean, your 13-year-old daughter, I can show how to do it and start dominating your market. I know I can. That's what we've been doing forever. Okay, you have a strategic website that has lead capture on it. I was on, let's see, 7 people joined my program in the last 2 days, and every website I looked at, none of them had great lead capture on it. None of them had where it's like people visited and I got their information, and none of them had heat mapping to show the behavioral habit on the website. You also have at least 10 lead generation funnels. So I'm asking you, as you're rating and ranking here, how many lead generation funnels do you have? Are you getting value while you're watching me do the video? I hope you're getting value. And I hope you're saying, one, you're either going to take action yourself, or two, Mike, I'd like to have a call with you and your team. Tell me how to do that stuff way faster. Now, we interview everybody. The fact you have a credit card doesn't mean you could join our program. We work with very family minded people, very caring people who want to have a better life. Okay. Now, the next one, you have a diversified portfolio of 25 to 50 proven compounding marketing strategies that you deploy regularly and you track. Now, what's compounding? Everything stacks. The email stacks on top of the social media channels, stack on top of maybe the Google, maybe stacks on top of simple and affordable direct mail. Most people, they're running so many individual things, it's not working together. So you're losing. Okay, are you enjoying this? I hope you are. Okay, you have at least 10 pre-built email funnels with proven templates that create interaction and sales. When you have 10 email funnels, you just launch one, then you go another one. I don't care if it's a sequential effect that sells generators, maybe plumbing, mattresses, massage chair, martial arts services. You have to have the pre-built ones so you can launch them as you need them. Okay, you tracking? So how are you rating so far? It's okay, don't be upset. A lot of people are averaging 2 or 3. This is not to depress you. It's to motivate you into your best new future. Now, you're constantly A/B testing. You have conducted a marketing allocation analysis to review each channel and the return on investment it delivers. A lot of people are they're investing and praying for the result, and they're going down with the sinking ship. I'm like, how much are you paying? 4,000 a month. What are you getting? Not enough. What's your cost per lead? 300. I'm like, you do know, like you're poking holes in your boat and it's sinking. And like, are you gonna wait till you sink to the octopus on the bottom? Like, at what moment are you gonna make a really big change here? And they're like, well, I don't know what change. I'm like, of course, let me help you do this, this, and this. All right. The other one is you use video to personally market to your customers to send at least 10 videos, strategic videos per week to your best prospects. I know most of you are not doing it. Most of you are afraid to do video, but I'll show you how to do it easily without you getting all fearful of being in the video. All right. Are you already, I hope at this point you're watching the audit that we do and you've already found at least another 100K maybe just by fixing some of these things, because I bet as you watch it, I could almost guarantee, and if you have been through an exact audit like this, I'd love for you to tell me, because I'll be impressed and I'll be excited, because this is our audit and I've never publicly have went out and sent a video of my exact strategy that I've been using for decades in all my own businesses to audit and other people's business. This is the first time I'm doing it, so I hope you find value in this. All right, you have multiple service lines to serve your customers. You have a referral system in place with at least a minimum of 25 strategic referral systems. So many people trying to pay for different leads and stuff, and you don't even have different referral mechanisms. I wrote a book one time, maybe I'll launch it I don't even know if it went public. It was over 200 strategic referral strategies you could put in place. And the last one of the marketing audit is you have a landing page that sells your MRR subscription or membership model while you sleep. You wake up in the morning, people have paid you cash because your program makes that much sense. All right. How'd you rate yourself? Tell me. Are you an average of 2, 3? Are you at 10? What are you losing? What are you gaining? Now, I know this video is getting long for some of you watching it, and you're probably going to take a break and maybe you'll come back to it. But I'm going to tell you, this video and this audit is mission critical for you to listen through. So let me go through the sales side of the audit that I do with the companies that we work with and with my own companies. I own many companies today. All right, let's do it. So in the sales side, you have a strategic sales board for tracking and measuring. You have a priority emergency system to fill sales when you need it. I don't care if you need mattress sales, pest control sales, coaching sales, agency sales. You have a system, boom, you turned it on. You have an outbound division that sells. That outbound division could be a combination between technology, robot, AI, and human. And if you don't have those in place, you're probably leaving a lot of cash on the table. Some of those things can work even on weekends while you're busy spending time with your family. You record, rate, and rank your customer interactions. Your employees are experts and authorities. I rarely see this ever. You have a proprietary sales method in your organization. Now, that's one thing we love to work with companies on. We want to make your system the system for you. Why? It becomes your secret sauce. And if you go to sell your company, you sell your proprietary system. A lot of companies don't do that. They give this, basic type stuff. Now, the next one, your experts use a consultation process. That means you're not a culture of sell, sell, sell. You know what I mean? You're a culture of consultation and serving your clients, which is a way friendlier and better way to do it. Your sales department provides multiple options, just like Amazon. You buy a blender, they're like, you're an idiot if you don't get the spoon and the recipe book. And most people don't know how to put those strategies in place. It's one of our quick strategies we help implement because I know make everybody more cash, you win a lot faster. Okay, there is an escalation system to deal with any $0 sales in any department, any division. You have a discounting system to maximize sales opportunities. Your sales division has been trained in the highest level of communication. I'm not talking about, be friendly, build rapport. No, I'm talking about language patterns, subconscious mind understanding. That's what we're talking about here. You have a serving culture that allows customers to buy with ease. You have a solid membership and subscription program in place in your sales process that creates retention of sales and also ongoing sales. And you know the lifetime value of your customers. I would say maybe 1 out of 10 that I do this audit with, yeah, they're like lifetime value, 5 years, 50,000. It might be more like 1 out of 100. It's very rare that I have it. If you don't have it, you need to know that information for strategic and tactical building of your company. You also, know that with 20% of customers produce 80% of your sales. And if you don't know which 20% they are, how are you even serving them at the highest level? And then the last one on the sales side is you have a strategic guarantee, warranty, something that makes you so different than everyone else. All right, are you tracking on the sales side? Well, how did you rate yourself? Give me a number. Did you average a 3, a 5, an 8? What have you been losing by not having these sales things in place in your company? A lot of people, normally they say to themselves, man, if I had this information in place just 2 years ago, it could have possibly been millions of dollars. Now, look, can I guarantee you results? This audit is not to guarantee you results. It's to just educate you and let you know our process and how we look at things when we work with people. And also, what did you gain? So if you are, as you're watching this, if you already have a coach, a consultant, or a mentor, and they're not doing this, well, maybe ask them if they can do it. I have a funny feeling if they're not doing this type of audit for you, they probably just don't have the skill set to do it. And that's okay. Maybe we're the ones that you need next, moving into the next year and the next year. Maybe we're your next solution for you. As long as we have space open, we only open the door so many times a year for new people to come in and work for us, and then we close the door down. And just so you know, all of these audits that we do is only for companies we work with. We do not sell trainings to the public anymore. That means you can't attend any of our leadership training, sales training, marketing training, recruiting training. You cannot attend that. Those trainings are only delivered to our members only that work with us. Okay. Let's go through the service side of things. So here's the service side. You have a framework. You have a framework of service implemented and actively in use. You can honestly say that you wow your customers at every point of the relationship. Now be careful. Before you used to give yourself a 10, somebody used to tell me, Mike, I deliver the best process in the world. We're the best at whatever we do. But we have not broken past $1 million. I said, stop lying to yourself. If you were the very, very best, guess what? A byproduct of that is you'd be scaling your company. All right, the other thing here is your employees proactively go above and beyond for customers. You use mystery shoppers to make sure your team is always delivering the very, very best service. And you make additional offers, okay? You make additional offers to existing customers based on products that similar customers have purchased, right? Like there's correlation products that people would want. You also have clearly defined every step of the customer service journey. People tell me, yeah, I know it. I'm like, show it to me. They're like, it's in my head. I'm like, look, if it's in your head, it's not, if it's not written, it's not real. Okay. The next thing is you have a plan in place to deal with customer service issues as soon as they arise. And your employees know the plan and can easily put it in place, and they agree with it. You have a client retention program in place. You have written process to handle customer issues anytime it happens. And your clients regularly give you endorsements, video testimonials, 5-star reviews, and more. How did you rate yourself? What are you losing? And what would you gain if you did this way better? If you just look at what we went through so far on the business side, you look at the marketing audit we did. You look at the sales audit we did. You look at the service audit we did. We're going to go into leadership next. If you just put 2 new things in each one of those areas, tell me out loud like I could hear you right now. What would change in your company? Okay. I hope you're finding massive value in this video. Reminder, if you're watching this, this is because you asked, what is it like to work with Food Dog? You might be going, this is pretty intense. Well, if you don't, how do you want to get results? The only way to get results is you need people that have more wisdom to give you actions at the exact level you're at. So let's go through the leadership side of things right now. So on the leadership checklist, you have next year defined vision with clarity and alignment. You have a 2030 defined vision and clarity. So you know what's happening the next year and you know exactly what has to happen by 2030. Why 2030? Because more wealthy people will be built from now to 2030 than ever in history. You also have an organizational chart, and your organizational chart includes humans, technology, and robots. Now, if it does not have all 3 and just humans, you're already falling behind and you haven't figured it out yet. We'll show you exactly how to put the robots in. No, you don't have to get like R2-D2. I'll show you what I mean by that. And you got to know the technology, the most affordable technology to put in place to optimize your systems, your profit, your revenue, and your scalability. Your leadership team can be relied on to run the company when you're away. Okay, remember, you should still be rating yourself 1 to 10 on these. You have regular transformation meetings, not some meetings where you throw a bunch of stuff out and everybody forgets. I'm talking about transformation meetings. Everybody that leaves a meeting feels completely transformed in the way they think. You have a communication hierarchy. You have a hiring avatar created. Your hiring avatar impacts all of your recruiting, focused, and advertising. If you don't consider yourself having a hiring division, even if you're just 3 guys, you're not even playing the recruiting game. And you don't need big budgets and big softwares. You just need a new understanding. It's one of the things people love about us here at Food Dog Group is we give you the exact copywritten strategic recruiting ads. I don't care if you're on Monster, Indeed, your ads knock out everyone else. So you're getting the pick of the litter there. Okay. You are positioned as the company of choice to work for. Okay. You hold regular hiring experiences, which are how do you put people in a room and interview 75 people in an hour? It's a whole strategy we teach. You have an amazing reputation as the top employer in your area. We teach you how to position yourself that way. Your team knows what their opportunities are to advance in the company. You know each employee's why they're even working for you, why they even want to hang around you. And you have your core values, brand promise, and brand purpose, and your employees know them, love them, and live them inside the business and out. All right. Are you finding massive value from seeing the audit we do and how we work with people? All right. Use KPIs to measure individual progress, key performance indicators. You have employee incentive programs that make sense for you, the business owner, you, the team member, and even you, the clients that you work for. And you have an employee retention program in place. All right. If you've been watching this long, congratulations. You already probably learned more about what needs to go into business than most business owners or most people ever taught you. And you could hold me to that. If you think it's bullcrap, send me a message and say it's bullcrap. All right. We have, I think there's two more. Yeah, there's two more audits that we got to go through. They're shorter. So hang on. Let's go through these together. Now, one of the audits I do is a wealth audit. It's short and simple. Why? What are you scaling a business for? You're not doing it for charity, probably. Most people are doing it for financial peace. They want to get to the point to wealth. So let me go through the wealth audit with you, and you rate and rank these things. You know your exact net worth and you track it in a program regularly. So we know that your net worth is growing. You have mapped out your wealth plan. You have a strategic wealth advisor on your team. You have tax planning in place to review at least multiple times a year, at least 3, to mitigate taxes and leverage taxes to scale your company. Most people have no idea to do it. End of the year comes, they all panic about taxes. You have a plan to have your business feed your wealth. We teach people how to do that. You have boring investments that create cash while you sleep without cash. Most people, they don't have that. It's a 1 for them. And you have the right level of insurance protection with a twice annual risk assessment. So how are you rating so far in your wealth? Have you, if you add up the average, most people, they're about a 3. If I'm with a real thoroughbred, maybe a 5. My goal is let's get you to 8 to 10. All right. And the last one here is the relationship audit. It's a real simple one. Your family is aligned with your focus and they love it. They love what you're doing. They love what you're building. It's family driven and purpose driven. It's amazing. Everyone in your relationship understands their values. Your kids, your significant other, you guys all understand each other's values. Your family's aligned with your focus. They don't ever say dad's working, mom's working too long. They're like, no, that's dad and mom's focus. We want them to be focused on that stuff. You spend lots of time with your key relationships, your spouse, your children. You love it. You could spend dinners, vacations, go to the beach, whatever you want. You and your spouse openly discuss goals, dream, and futures. They don't think you're crazy. They think you're ready. And you guys are ready together to go to the next level. And the last one, you schedule intentional time each week to connect with your spouse without distractions. All right. How'd you rate yourself on the relationship? 1 to 10. What was your average? What are you losing by not doing those? And what will the gain be? Now, when you're done with that, you carry all of these down. And we're going to look at what is the average of your business, your marketing, your sales, your service, your leadership, your wealth, and your relationship. Now, if you went through this exact audit and we stepped through it step by step, what would you be saying right now if you looked at the number that you're average at, the amount that you're losing by not having those strategies, and how much could you gain? And how many of you would say that your future your future would be way brighter if you had these things in place. That gives you a really solid feel for what it feels like to work with us. And that's why I did the video, because people are always asking, I see you out there, I see Food Dog Group. Hey, I know you've written 28 books, Mike. I know that you have an amazing structure with IP and stuff, done for you things to put in, but how do I know what it's going to be like? Well, you just got the best taste test, the best taste test. Last thing I'm going to show you is this. We work with people and help them get legacy. This is our legacy transformation pyramid. That's what this is. Now, we have multiple levels we work with people. The bottom level here is called our core program. Now, the core program is normally for companies that are about 1.5 million to 2 million below. The smallest companies, some companies come in our world in the core level, and guess what? They're doing 100 or 150,000. They're just getting started. But isn't that when you want the training? Like, you probably, if you were an electrician or plumber or a business owner, you probably didn't start trying to wire things and then see how it worked out and then went for training. You would get electrocuted, right? That's our core level. And the core level is less, it's less than hiring a low level, like apprentice, low level employee. It's like hiring a helper in any type of business you have. So that one's very helpful if you're 1.2, 1.5 million to 2 million, all the way down to 100,000. The next one is our ascension level. Now, this is as affordable as a low level, low skilled manager. And this one normally, someone that's doing a million, 1.5 could push into this level if they're brave enough and they're really going to go for it. But normally you're going to be 1.5, 2 million, and that level's going to normally be perfect all the way up to maybe 10, 15 million or so. That's a great level to go to. As you move up the legacy pyramid, what you do is you get a lot more focused time with us, our skills, our tools, and the wisdom goes way up is here because you could handle it. And the last one is our Legacy Alliance program. That's normally less than a low level director to invest in. And that's for people who want to work really hard to transition their business to their family, or they want to go for a strategic exit of some kind. So if you want to know what it's like to work, I just ran you through the audit, and these are the different levels on how any of the 120 different industries work with us. Now, the last thing I'd like to say is you're sitting there wondering, should you reach out to us and are we a fit? Well, let me tell you what we're not. If you're looking for someone to abuse you and talk down to you and try to force you into action, that's not our plan to help you. We're going to educate you, we're going to bring you wisdom, and we're going to help you level up in your life, your business, and your wealth. A lot of people out there, they're skilled in marketing, sales, operation systems, but they're not skilled in the life side, and that's normally what starts to pull you down, and they don't understand the wealth side. So you kind of feel incomplete and not moving forward as much as you would like to. Now, as you're also thinking here, we don't have 1,000 members and we don't have the intention to do that. We interview everybody. We make sure it's a fit. If it's not a fit, we're going to direct you to somebody else, because at this stage in my personal life, as one of the owners and co-founders of Food Dog Group, and after doing 500 million of my companies and 2 world-class exits, I only want to work with people who are ready for change. You know that there's a clock ticking and you know that you want to go to the next level. So, hey, I hope as you watch this video, you got massive value. Did you? All right, fist pump. Boom. I hope that if you think we're a solution, reach out to us and we'll have a call, me and you, and we'll see if it's a fit. And third thing, hey, if you just got some value today and you enjoyed it, let us know. And I hope that you'll take this information, and I'm rooting for you for your best life ever. Boom.